Be me, 23 years old, female, BA in English Literature, minor in Film Studies. Classic trope, working as head barista at the Velvet Grind, trendy third-wave coffee shop in the gentrified part of the city. Exposed brick walls, Edison bulbs, succulents everywhere. Identify as a hopeless romantic, but intellectually superior about it. Convicted belief that modern dating is trash. Tinder and Hinge are for the soulless masses. Believe that true connection happens organically, in the real world, ideally over a spilled cappuccino, or reaching for the same obscure novel. View the coffee shop not as a business, but as a theater of human emotion. I am the director, the observer, the main character, convinced that a man's coffee order is a window into his soul. Black coffee means depth, stoicism, seriousness. Oat milk latte means artistic, sensitive, environmentally conscious. Frappuccinos are for children and sociopaths. Decide to treat my job as a field study on romance and male psychology. Want to find my dark academia soulmate amidst the steam and grinding beans. First month is pure aesthetic bliss. Curate the playlist perfectly. Bon Iver, Fleet Foxes, obscure French jazz. Set the mood for love. 7:00 a.m. The corporate rush begins. Expect to see powerful men, Mad Men types, assertive and charming. Reality is a parade of sleep-deprived zombies in ill-fitting suits. Men screaming into AirPods about Q3 projections. They don't look at me. They don't look at the latte art I spent 45 seconds perfecting. They grab the cup like it's a life raft and storm out. One guy throws his credit card on the counter without breaking eye contact with his phone. Doesn't say please, doesn't say thank you. Just barks large drip, room for cream. Shatters my illusion of the sophisticated professional. These aren't romantic leads. They are batteries for the capitalist machine. 9:00 a.m. The creative class rolls in. This is my target demographic. Freelancers, writers, graphic designers. Spot a guy in the corner. Messy hair, thick-rimmed glasses, reading Camus. My heart flutters. He's the one. He orders a cortado, the most pretentious but respectable drink. I make it with extra care, pouring a perfect rosetta. Bring it to his table, even though we do counter service. Smile and say great book. He looks up annoyed. Sighs audibly. Thanks, I'm trying to focus. Puts noise-canceling headphones on. Crushed. Watch him for the next 2 hours. He's not reading. He's scrolling Twitter and taking selfies with the book cover. Realize the tortured artist. Aesthetic is just a costume. He leaves the table a mess. Napkins shredded, cup left on the edge. Does not tip. 11:00 a.m. The Tinder dates start happening. Coffee shops are ground zero for first dates. Low stakes, easy exit strategy. I become an expert in body language. Witness the same script play out a dozen times a day. Guy walks in, looks nervous. Girl walks in, looks at her phone. They hug awkwardly. The conversation is always the same. So, how long have you lived in the city? Do you like your job? Start noticing a pattern that bothers me. The guys I thought were chads or basic bros. Gym guys, backwards caps, tight t-shirts. I prejudge them as shallow and aggressive. Watch a guy who looks like he lives at CrossFit. Date arrives. She's clearly catfished him. Looks nothing like her profile, 10 years older. Expect him to be rude or bail. Instead, he's incredibly polite. Ask her questions, listens intently. Buys her a pastry. When she spills her tea, he jumps up to get napkins. Doesn't make a scene. Walks her to her car afterwards. Contrast this with the soft boys. Skinny, indie aesthetic, painted nails. Date arrives. He spends 45 minutes talking about his screenplay. Doesn't ask her a single question. She looks bored to tears. He critiques her coffee choice. Cow's milk, really? Do you know what that does to the planet? Lectures her on ethics while wearing fast fashion. Splits the bill down to the cent. Actually pulls out a calculator. My worldview starts to crack. The men I thought were sensitive are narcissists. The men I thought were shallow are decent. Week 6. Enter Arthur. He is the final boss of my romantic delusions. Tall trench coat, carries a leather satchel. Orders a double espresso. Drinks it standing at the bar. Italian style. Chat him up. He has a British accent. Says he's a consultant for art galleries. My knees go weak. This is it. This is the movie. We start talking every morning. He quotes Keats. He notices my earrings. He asks me about my thesis on Virginia Woolf. I am floating. Ignore the warning signs from my coworker, Dave. Dave is 40, bald, cynical, hates coffee. Dave says that guy is a walking red flag. I tell Dave he's just jealous of a man with culture. Dave shrugs and goes back to unclogging the drain. Arthur asks me out. Not to dinner, but to a gallery opening. Of course. Spend 3 hours getting ready. Meet him there. He ignores me for the first hour. schmoozes with donors, introduces me as this is Alara, she serves coffee. Tone is dismissive. I feel small. Later we go for drinks. He spends the whole time complaining about his ex-wife. She didn't understand his vision. She was too pedestrian. Starts criticizing my outfit. It's cute but a bit high street, isn't it? I pay for the drinks because he forgot his wallet in the other coat. Go home feeling empty. Next day at work, Arthur comes in, acts like nothing happened, winks at me. I serve him his espresso. He complains it's too bitter, demands a remake. I look at Dave. Dave gives me the I told you so look. Realize that Arthur loves the asterisk idea of himself. I am just a prop in his movie. Month 3. Winter hits. Cafe is miserable. Wet floors, angry customers, constant draft. Enter Jack. Jack is a regular I never paid attention to. Construction foreman working on the building next door. High-vis vest, mud on boots, calloused hands. Usually covered in drywall dust. Orders the same thing every day. Large mocha, extra whip, and a blueberry muffin. A child's order. I used to judge him silently. Thought he was unrefined. Start actually watching him. He holds the door for everyone. Literally everyone. Old ladies, businessmen, teenagers. Always says morning boss to Dave. Always says thanks darlin' to me. Not creepy, just warm. Tips 50% every single day. One day the espresso machine breaks. Boiler gasket blows. Steam everywhere. I'm panicking. Line is out the door. Manager is useless, crying in the back office. Arthur is in line. Arthur rolls his eyes. This is unacceptable. I have a meeting. Leaves in a huff. Jack steps up. Whoa, looks like you got a pressure leak. I'm near tears. Yeah, we have to close. Technician can't come for 4 hours. Jack looks at the machine. I got tools in the truck. Give me 5 minutes. He goes out, comes back with a wrench and some sealant. Walks behind the counter. Polite distance, respectful. Fixes the gasket in 3 minutes. Tightens a loose valve I didn't even know was loose. Give her a test run. It works perfectly. I try to give him free coffee. He refuses. Don't worry about it. I need my sugar fix anyway. Pays for his drink. Pays for the guy behind him too. Walks out. My brain short circuits. This man just saved my day. With zero pretension. No poetry, no philosophy. Just competence and kindness. Start reassessing everything. Start noticing the invisible men. The delivery drivers, the fixers. The quiet guys in the corner. The ones who don't demand attention. Observation 1. The nice guy meltdown. Guy comes in with flowers. Waits for a girl for an hour. She doesn't show. He comes to the counter. I expect sadness. Instead, he snaps. Throws the flowers in the trash aggressively. Starts berating me about the price of his tea. $5 for hot water. This is why women are entitled. Well, projecting much. He storms out muttering about how nice guys finish last. Realize his niceness was transactional. He was only polite when he thought he was getting something. Observation 2. The dad. Young dad comes in with a screaming toddler. Looks exhausted. Stained shirt. Toddler knocks over a display of mugs. 3 ceramic mugs shatter. Dad looks horrified. I brace for the "it's not my fault" excuse. Or the "why did you put them there" argument. Instead, he immediately drops to his knees. Shields the kid from the glass. Apologizes profusely. Insists on paying for everything. Starts cleaning it up himself with his bare hands. I tell him to stop, let me get the broom. He's genuinely distressed about causing trouble. His concern is for the staff and his kid, not his ego. This is masculinity. Responsibility. Month 6. Valentine's Day. The apocalypse of coffee shops. Every couple in the city is trying to prove they are in love. Public displays of affection everywhere. Nauseating. Arthur comes back. Haven't seen him in weeks. He has a new girl. She looks exactly like me but younger. He orders for her without asking what she wants. She'll have the Earl Grey. She looks like she wanted a latte. He's doing the same routine, quoting poetry, checking his reflection in the window. I feel a wave of pity for her, and relief for me. Shift is chaotic, understaffed, running on caffeine and rage. A group of influencers comes in, move furniture around for lighting, block the fire exit, take 400 photos of a croissant. Don't eat the croissant. Complaint that the latte art isn't symmetrical enough. I am about to scream. Jack walks in. It's 2 p.m. His shift is over. He sees the chaos, sees me shaking with stress. He doesn't order. He walks to the nearby bodega, comes back with a bag of ice and a box of chocolates. Not for him, for the staff. You guys look like you're in the trenches. Hydrate. Hands me a bottle of water and a Snickers bar. Smiles. Hang in there. Sits in the corner, eats his muffin quietly. Whenever a customer gets rude, He just looks at them. He doesn't say anything, just stares with this calm, heavy construction worker gaze. The rude customers instantly settle down. He is a silent guardian, a dark knight in a high-vis vest. Shift ends. I'm cleaning tables. Jack is still there, reading a newspaper. Not a book by Nietzsche, a local newspaper. I walk over. Hey, thanks for today. He looks up. No problem. People get crazy on holidays. I sit down. Breaking protocol. You want a refill? Nah, I'm good. Just waiting for the rain to let up. We talk. Not about art. Not about the human condition. We talk about drywall. We talk about traffic. We talk about how hard it is to find good tacos. He tells me he's divorced. No bitter rant. No blaming her. We just grew apart. She wanted different things. I hope she's happy. Zero toxicity. Zero victimhood. I ask him what he does for fun. I fish. I build furniture. I hang out with my nephew. It sounds boring. It sounds absolutely perfect. I look at his hands. Rough, scarred, dirty. I used to think pianist hands were the ideal. Now I see hands that can build a house. Hands that can fix a leak. Hands that can catch me if I fall. Month 9. Totally disillusioned with the intellectual dater. Go on a date with a guy from my lit class. He takes me to slam poetry night. It's excruciating. He gets on stage and yells about his mother's womb for 10 minutes. Ask him afterwards what he thought. He asks me for notes on his performance. Doesn't ask how I am. I go home and block his number. Next day, Jack comes in. He looks different. Clean shirt, hair combed. It's Saturday. He's not working. Hey, Alara. He knows my name. I never told him. He must have read the name tag. Hey, Jack. I got 2 tickets to the baseball game. My buddy Bilade, you like baseball. I hate baseball. I think it's the most boring sport on earth. I'd love to go. We go. We eat hot dogs. We drink cheap beer. He explains the rules without being condescending. He cheers when his team scores. He doesn't check his phone once. He asks me about my writing. I tell him I write poetry. Expect him to laugh or not get it. He nods. That's brave. Putting your feelings out there, I respect that. Simple, honest. We leave the stadium. Walking to the train. Start to rain. He doesn't have an umbrella. He takes off his denim jacket. Holds it over my head. He gets soaked. He's laughing. It's just water, I won't melt. I look at him. Soaked, smiling, sturdy. This is the romance. Not the brooding poet in the corner. Not the tortured artist. But the guy who shields you from the rain. The guy who fixes the machine. The guy who shows up. We start dating. My friends are confused. But he's not intellectual. What do you talk about? They don't get it. We don't need to deconstruct postmodernism. We cook dinner. He fixes my leaky faucet. I read to him while he drives. He falls asleep watching my favorite French films. But he tries. He buys me a first edition of Gatsby for my birthday. He clearly had to ask the bookstore clerk for help. He spent a week finding it. That effort is worth more than all the poetry in the world. 1 year later, still at the coffee shop, but my perspective has shifted. I watch the customers differently now. I see the boring couples sitting in silence, reading the paper, sharing a scone. Used to think they were dead inside. Now I see the comfort, the safety of not having to perform. I see the frantic first dates, the posturing, the lies. I want to tell them, stop trying to be interesting. Try to be kind. Stop looking for a mirror. Look for a partner. Arthur comes in occasionally. Still single. Still complaining. Still looking for a muse. He looks tired. His act is getting old. He hits on the new 19-year-old barista. She rolls her eyes at him. Circle of life. Jack comes in for lunch. Brings me a sandwich he made. Extra pickles, just how you like it. Kisses me on the cheek. Grease on his cheek. I wipe it off. Dave, the cynical coworker, nods approvingly. Finally got a good one, kid. I look around the shop. The steam, the noise, the chaos. It's not a movie set anymore. It's just a room full of people trying to get through the day. And I found the one person who makes getting through the day easier. Realize that feminism and independence aren't about hating men or proving I don't need anyone. It's about having the wisdom to choose the right partner, to value respect over aesthetics, to value action over words. My thesis on romantic idealism in 20th century literature sits on my desk, unfinished. I'd rather go watch baseball. Life is weird. Coffee is just bean water. Love is a guy holding a denim jacket over your head in the rain.